I'm being told the person in front of me is always on to the next move. You don't take much time to really embrace the things you do for yourself, for others, for this world. You very much complete a task, complete something. You give yourself acknowledgement, but then you instantly proceed forward into what is the next thing I am to focus on. See, the person in front of me sees all of the doors open ahead for them. They know exactly which ones they were supposed to close, and they know when they see the ones that are all forward. You see, we have more than one highest timeline. Being in a frequency of your happiness does not take one timeline. It takes being able to see yourself in every single timeline. And how into that moment of to what is going on and your best ability, utilize that moment, that time, to not only embrace what aspect of this experience is helping me heal or see things not even just differently, but in a sense that there's no way I could ever learn unless I have had some form of a deep, intimate connection to the experience, the word, the person, the area. All I feel is a big flow of you seeing the way you've always done things. It's time to upgrade from it. Just because something isn't you've probably heard, just because something isn't broken doesn't mean you fix it, or the terminology is if something isn't broken then don't fix it. That what I hear in this reading, Spirit stating, is those words, those times you've been told by people that when things become easy, that's when you should just completely surrender and stay doing things the way that had always been done before. You see that even if you are doing something correct and nothing's wrong with it, does not mean there's not room for upgrades, because times are changing. There was a long time you were in your private life dealing with emotions. Being able to stay in control of your life while migrating through all of these emotions. You're not in survival mode anymore. So there are certain aspects that Spirit is stating is about to upgrade in your life and change. Decisions, places you've lived, people around you, what you're doing with your free time, etc. You're being called to know it's time to surrender to change. We're going to get into the Boxer's Oracle, which is my own personal Oracle deck. Alright. Now, what does Spirit have for us regarding what's going on in your life right now? A couple different topics, if you will. Well, we have an individual on a friendship, business, and or family aspect. We have a love connection, but then we also have, what I'm hearing is that next change, that thing that's upgrading, that thing that you're like, okay, I have to completely surrender and be vulnerable and know that the little wiggle room, the little inches, all lead to being on the whole other side of the map. Every single inch. This is what I see right now. It's very powerful reading, very high vibrational reading. I get my pre-workout effect, if you will, from the person sitting in front of me. You have a specific person who is either a friend, a family member, or a business partner that I see as the sparring buddy, the best friend, the soul family, strong trust and reliability. You're playing with a new team is what I'm hearing. So maybe you've just upgraded, like there is found family that is being pulled all different directions I see within this reading. In the past year, I can't even express to you how many people have united with their complete tribes. People that you've lived with in past lifetimes, and more than romantic. You are speaking up and hearing each other. And the only way all of you could find each other was by letting that shake, that deepness, and also that squeakiness of your fear, your insecurities, your anger, your happiness, your excitement, your self-love, everything scream and shake to the world. Embracing all of you was the only way you would meet your found soul family. What I see is there are people surrounding you that have your best interest, and that parasite in your mind is wanting you to think differently. You completely have embarked on a spiritual journey for years now. And I'm hearing the last 4 years of your life specifically could have been like the most spiritually enlightening you have had in your whole life. The beginning of your life and pulling into the last 4 years taught you everything. But there's something about this last 4 years you've been able to absorb and not necessarily even have to go through like trauma. Not that things in your life have not been hard in any way in the past 4 years. Very far from that, okay? What I'm saying right now, because the other collective text resonates, what I'm saying though, the level, the frequency of anybody that's able to step up next to you in your life right now could not be here if they didn't have pure interest. A lot of you here need to trust your... Wow. I see right now a battle, if you will, of not even... There's a battle in this energy, not even of fear and ego, and not even of divine masculine, divine feminine energy, like combating with each other. This is one of the biggest pauses I've felt. You are wondering, if this person, or this situation, or this dynamic that you have in recent times found yourself opening up and thinking about things in a way you never have, and all the things you threw under the rug or put under the stairs being brought to surface. This person, that's this found family member, this friend, etc., this business partner, they want to see you and your ones thrive, is what I keep hearing. You have had mentors or friends or parental figures, etc., growing up where they would belittle your accomplishments or belittle even your intelligence to try to make themselves feel bigger. The people surrounding you encourage your authenticity, your individuality, your strength to be a leader. Something I want to state is there has to be a blend into love life kind of within this dynamic, but go with me here. What I hear is this specific person or this new job, this new situation, this sense of even working with your guides more and being able to vibe and really see the light, feel the music, if you will, within you from their images, from their animals, etc., everything they bring you. Working with opening up your heart every person that comes in this aspect, somehow it's making a trickle effect to the way you are with whoever your partner is. These are collective takes resonate. Some of you here are in relationships, some of you aren't. If you are not in a relationship, then this is discussing what they want to say is the future of your private life, if you will. So you have the prize fighter. Participation brings financial gain and seasoned professional. Post-fight interview. Entertaining questions, providing further insight and reflection. Okay, I see. There is a portion of this collective here where the sparring buddy, the friend, the business partner, etc. could have started off as that, and some of you are feeling a romantic tingle. You're feeling like things are starting to mix. But you're like, I don't want to blend the line of private life and professionalism. Okay, there's definitely two collectives within this reading. One, you will know who you are because it'll dictate on the details of your life. The thing about readings, about collective readings, they're collective. You cannot make them fit, but aspects of the reading have to organically fill in your life. But you're not making things fit. Yes, they're collective. Not everything is going to always resonate, but you have to feel that sense of merge organically within the message. For the ones of you here who you know organically, this person or this job that you met the person at, or however this dynamic has trickled you into your love life about seeing somebody else. I see that when it comes to your love life, both of you see the potential in more than just the romantic aspect is what they want me to state. It looks like both of you are more focused on your individual personal lives. And business has been put to the side burner. And it looks like both of you have tried to so hard focus on business or professionalism or your passions, but it's like you get taken away. It's like that inspiration or that energy to get up and do has been so hard. It's an interesting energy. So it looks like you guys could have stepped away from each other for some time now. And with this time apart from each other, you want to come and bring back this whole new perspective on the fact of how to be able to work and play together, if you will. For the ones of you here who are on to that next step with a lover who has nothing to do with business, or you started as a friendship, or etc., it's really been like since the beginning of being together, being in each other's life, it was from a romantic point or of attraction and obvious intention for friendliness to turn into something else. For individuals of that aspect, what I see right now is the person that you are with has themselves. They have themselves not only in just a financial state, not only a spiritual state, an emotional state, and also something about I'm ready. So, and when I say this, I don't mean for life to pause. They're ready to settle down, but have excitement. They're ready to not just be looking for... They're looking for fun, but in a way now where they see the pictures being taken of their life have the same person. It's not new ones. It's not looking back at all these old memories and having fun with that person, with this person, with that person. They want their one with them. And yes, there will still be other people in the pictures, but that one person that's always there, they see you as that. I see both of you have been working on your internal love, and it's also very obvious is what I want to hear on your outer. Like the way that you're glowing and shining to people and showing up is what I'm hearing as well. In your voice, your presence. It is obvious how much inner work in self-love you do from your vibration on the outside and looks. Because You really can tell the difference between a beautiful snake, meaning somebody who's had to morph with life, somebody who has had to be able to slip away from danger, but also find their own version of poison, versus a person who is the conniving, slithering snake. There's never just one way of something to be. What I see right now, both of you feel and see the authenticity of the wickedness in both of you. It's an interesting way to put it. And wickedness does not mean evil. It's like you both have a dark... They want me to say it this way. You have a light aura and a dark presence. Not dark in a sense of dread or anything. It's this really beautiful balance of light and dark. Your energy and the way you look, they blend together like a wine and an entree. It's like they were made for each other. What I see right now within this love aspect of what's going on in your life, that is of a further insight, if you will, is that both of you are that beautiful snake. Both of you see the beauty in the dark. Definitely drive away from what does not serve. Are both private people, but still want to have fun and enjoy and experience the world and have something to give each other. You're both the prize fighters. This last aspect they're wanting us to talk about, with the thing you've really surrendered to, have been like, okay, I have to go ahead and state that the way I've done things, even if they're still working up to this point, they may not be smooth gliding. And there's little things that instead of sitting there and trying to repair and do them the same over and over again, maybe it's time to upgrade, not throw out what we've done, add, advance, multiply. We have coach, a teacher, a mentor, a parental figure with the gloves off. No loose ends, a time of closure and business settled. And this is bringing in the energy of masculine energy, willpower, go-getter attitude. When I pair these two cards together, a lot of you here have literally decided, I want to get a bigger form of education, experience, possibly mentorship, go back to school, an apprenticeship, vast amount of things. The same thing, though, within this collective is a form of letting somebody else help me fill in the holes. Meaning the information that I'm meant to be helped with. You understand how your independency, you understand your responsibility, you understand your leadership, and you also understand, with all that being said, you're not supposed to do everything alone. You're going to have answers that somebody else won't. And that person's going to have answers that you don't. And it's about the puzzle pieces coming together. What I see is you have decided to let go of control when it comes to being the one that has the only... I hear it. There have been a lot of times, and this is selfless for you to know, not selfish. There is a lot of times in your life where you are the only one in the room who can truly speak substance of fruition. I'm not saying all the time. There are plenty of times in your life you've been surrounded by a bunch of people who all have something beautiful to add. But for a very big portion of your life that you're still overcoming internally, you knew that the only person's guidance you could really trust 8 out of 10 times was your own, because people would come to you. What I see is you have found a safe space in either a new, what I hear is a new place of education. That can mean so many different things. A new way of doing an old thing as well. Upgrading. The no loose ends. What I see is it's been easier than you thought for you to put your guard down. Because it's when you're in front of somebody that actually is a true, unconditional leader. When somebody truly wants to see you be able to click these things and see you click these things for yourself. That unconditional believance is invisible, but the strongest feeling. The places you're in right now, because it's more than one educational experience you're going through, or class you're taking, or boss you have, or part of the world you're traveling, however it resonates for you, you are molding and expanding and truly embracing this time of being a sponge. As you lead, you will find moments of being led. And as you continue to grow, you will need to attract in people who know what you need to know, and the vice versa. What I see the biggest thing in Spirit is completely applauding you for is this sense of lowering your guard, but not taking your... Spirit is guiding you to understand the strength and lowering your guard for the right instances. You see, for a long time, you had your shield up to everything. You still walk outside your doors and know what to look out for. You still can feel the authenticity or inauthenticity in a person, even through talking to them on a phone, etc. But now you're seeing the feelings and the embodiment of who I do lower. Truly, and trust. You're a deeply powerful, beautiful individual who is meant to be embraced in this life. The work you are doing does not go unnoticed by Spirit. In fact, your best work happens when you think nobody is looking. Being in your energy, it's like this surroundingness of like, I don't care who is around me. I don't care who isn't. I'm me. And I fly away from anything that steers me away from that. And me, right now, I feel so strong being vulnerable. And putting my gloves off and saying, you know what? You can teach me something. This experience is calling me here for a reason. I'm not going to let my parasite let me stay where I feel safe. Because I know there's more than one place for me to be safe, just like there's more than one highest timeline. We have the brawler and equipment. The next step Spirit is saying is continue to invest in yourself. That means financially, that means spiritually, that means physically, that means all aspects. You're going to need a lot of energy for these next few months of your life is what I'm hearing. The next few months are going to be a lot of training for what is to come. It's going to take some physical investment into yourself in material. And also what I'm hearing is investment into others. But all of the investment you do into others comes back to you 10 times fold. You cannot get 3D world gain without giving something. This is law of attraction. But the biggest thing is your words. And making sure your presentation doesn't overspeak your words. With this brawler energy, that's a hard word for me to say, brawler. This brawler energy, what it's stating is you got to be hard, you got to be heavy. You got to have your presence be known, and this is all being told to about like telling the universe how you see yourself and knowing you're supposed to take up this space, but also a humongous amount about not letting anyone, anything that is of this existence or not dictate your law of attraction. You're going to have to remember the way you speak about yourself, the way you think about money, the way you think about others, all has a cause and effect about what comes back to you. Okay. With that being said, though, you do not hyper-analyze on every little word you say. I'm going to help you find that wiggle room between, well, how do I not and still do that? Manifestation, law of attraction, especially, to focus on that right now, law of attraction is a pie chart. It is not a tally game. A lot of people think to get something good, I have to do this, to do that. Or if I did something bad here, I have to do 2 things over here to counter-react and make my karma good again. That's not how law of attraction works. It's like a pie chart. Okay, if 20% of the time you're in a pretty like self-deprecating state, but 80% of the time you are your best cheerleader, that 80 counter-reacts that 20. And of course, that's an example. Not every fucking day are we going to do 80-20. There's going to be days it's not that. But overall, your law of attraction cannot go from and then you make one decision and instantly it all go away. You would have to do things that were completely against your grain, your morals, your compass to fuck your law of attraction up. What happens when you're surfing, what happens if you're snowboarding, what happens if you're skateboarding, etc., and you wobble a little bit, you get unbalanced. Not every time are you going to fall off. You're going to be able to get rebalanced. And even sometimes if you fall off, it's not going to be that bad. You're going to get bruised or cut up a little bit, but you're going to get back up. But you know which tricks, which areas, which ramps, etc. you can not do and be able to proceed forward safely. Just for this example of what I'm explaining, if you tell the universe you are not going to receive abundance, or you have nothing, or why aren't things working out for me, you are not doing benefit of yourself with bringing in anything but that frequency. The universe does not have an ego. It does not have emotions like humans. It does not know bad or good. It knows high frequency, low frequency. When we tell the universe we're not deserving of something, that's low frequency. So Spirit's going to say, oh, you want low frequency? That's what I'm sending you. If you're talking high about yourself, seeing where you are to be as now, not as where you are as the end, when you're living already, that's telling the universe to bring me more. You acknowledge, hey, I'm at this point in my life right now where I'm working 3 jobs. And I got stipped from that table because I'm a server. But you know what? This will not be every single day of my life. This is just a glimmer. And every single person that I wait for and ends up gypping me or not even giving me that good of a tip, guess what? I'll be that one day that tips above and beyond. I'll be that one day who makes the waitress, the waiter, etc., the person see. I see you, not your job title. And every time that you were put in the position to be that one on the other end who had to deal with that snarky person sitting down, who saw it? Spirit. The universe. The law of attraction. And because you didn't choose to believe, oh, because that person left me nothing, I'm nothing. Because you chose to believe and see it was a reflection of them, not of me, it turns high vibrational. And Spirit's able to pull in that day, one day sooner, if you will. One day faster, if you will. Meaning, when you are not questioning your timeline, when you are not questioning how fast or slow something is going to come, it's basically like a green light for the manifestation to continue to roll. And then when we start questioning things or I need this to happen now, or I cannot, like that type of energy when it comes to wanting to know so badly exactly when something's supposed to happen. That puts red lights or even yellow lights on your manifestations, and it takes time. It takes longer. What Spirit is stating, you're going to be investing in yourself more and more. You're going to take risks that are not risks because they're going to do more than multiply your life. You have to remember the way you're talking to the universe is going to bring what you state. But you're doing great. Spirit's very proud of you. You're healing your inner child, your inner teenager. You're not letting fear and the parasite stop you from loving, from experiencing, from trusting. But you're also keeping the complete balance of all that strength that life molded you into. You have an amazing blend, and go with me here for real. You have an amazing blend of I am a safe. You'll understand why I feel like I'm laughing at this. You have a beautiful blend of I am a safe space. I accept you for who you are. You respect me. I respect you. You respect others around me. I will be a protector, etc. With a complete balance of don't fuck with me. That is you. It is, you can feel it. It's like if you are a person who is doing their best in life, if you're surrounded by somebody you can feel they're doing their best in life, and they're not being the darkness, they're not letting the darkness that has happened to them completely consume them. You have this unconditional, passionate heart of let's see what we can do. Let's get through this. But just as fast as you do that, you can see through a person when it's completely malevolent or ego-based or etc. And then there's this other type of energy you're able to give the person over there versus the person you give over here, and it's beautiful. It's raw, authentic. Just Spirit saying to highlight to them, to make sure your presentation doesn't overspeak your words. That's what I got for y'all today. Now, we're going to talk about BALI. I am hosting my second spiritual adventure with Trova Trip, June 2025, and it is in Bali. It is going to be a very chill vibe and healing experience. There's sound healing, water healing, going into herbal medicine, and so much more. I'm hosting a spiritual workshop one of the days where I'm going to help people further dive into understanding tarot, how to read their own cards, their spreads, and other divination tools, which means like oracle cards or runes, candles, totems, and a vast amount more. Every person that joins the trip is going to receive a one-on-one personal reading with yours truly. Every single early bird spot has been taken for this trip. I do have a few spots still available. If you are interested, all you must do is put a 25% down deposit on the total price of the trip, and then you have all the way into 2025 to pay off the remainder. The way you can get to the trip site is on my Instagram bio, on all of my YouTube videos, and on my website. My website is on all of my social media platforms. Any questions you have regarding the trip, don't hesitate to send me an email at contact@offprintmint.com. Lastly, but definitely not leastly, we're going to promote my Patreon. Patreon at Uncle Bronze. I have 7 tier levels that dive in a vast amount of different information with different benefits. To start it all off, from tier 1 all the way to 7, receive 2 extra videos every single week, which is called the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine Energy Readings. Viking Divination is masculine energy, and our Archangel Ascension is feminine energy. Basically, it's like an energy forecast. It helps you see what is going to be coming into your life the next week and how to best emotionally and spiritually be prepared for it. Also, every single month, I give away 2 video chat tarot readings to The patrons of the tier level 3 all the way to 7 are eligible for that. It is every single month at the end of the month. So if you sign up right now, you still have a day from me posting this to get put into the giveaway for this month. Tier 7 is where my tarot teachings start. If you're wanting to learn how to further dive into your tarot cards, Tier 7 is where you want to be. With the tarot teachings, once a month, I host a group live stream where all of my students and my apprentices come together and we cleanse our cards, we vibe, we chill. We talk about what has transpired throughout the whole previous month. And the beautiful thing is people start seeing how their lives literally are blending together with others they've never met before and live all over. And they're able to help and gain friendships and really just embrace the community aspect of this. We embrace the teachings, we embrace the self, we embrace the understandings of we're more than this, but the actual human to human community. That is where this Patreon takes things to a whole other level with the tarot students. Also, every single month, 2 tarot teaching videos are posted on the playlist specifically for those students and the apprentices. Any questions you have regarding the different Patreon levels, the tarot teachings, etc., don't hesitate to send me an email at contact@offprintmint.com. But if you're wanting to go straight to the Patreon, it is in my Instagram bio, all of my YouTube videos, and it's linked on my website. You would click that. You would simply go to the membership tab on my Patreon profile. You would scroll down and see all of the tier levels and the benefits that come with each of them. You click, and you go from there. That's what I got for y'all today, and I'll see you when I see you. Let's get it.